Hello and welcome to Roger's Blue Suede News. We'll be reviewing the good, the bad and the utterly stupid of the last 7 days. So welcome to the show, and I'm going to bring on my 3 guests. We have Alex, we have Alexandra Krekan, or Krekan. Is that close enough, Alexandra?
Krekan, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and we have Alex Leam.
What do points mean? Hello.
Fuck all. So, yeah, that's just a reminder that on this show that we don't give out points because we don't have an overall winner. So points on this show mean...
Fuck all. I think I'm the death of this catchphrase because last time I was on, it was only me doing it.
I'm sure we'll get everyone else doing it by the end of the show.
Okay.
So, anyway, just before we get started, I'd just like to mention to everybody that we do have the availability of a sponsor slot for this show. If you would like to sponsor this show, please message us, and we'll give you the rates for how much it costs to sponsor individual shows and the whole series, and they're very reasonable. So if you'd like to sponsor this show, please contact me. So let's move on to the... well, actually, before we move on to the first round, I haven't asked our guests to introduce themselves. So let's go to Alex first.
Which one?
Alex, would you like to introduce yourself?
Which one? Me?
Well, yeah, it says Alex in the bottom corner of your screen. So we'll ask you to introduce yourself, Alex.
I'll go first then. My name's Alex English. Roger invited me on his show because I'm called Alex. Oh, and I'm not a comedian. So I know, just to make that clear, because obviously I don't know.
Yes, but you do review rock records.
I do. Okay, so sorry, you want a proper introduction. Hi, my name's Alex. Nice to meet you all. In the daytime, I'm an administrator at a college, and in the evening time, I like to go to rock gigs and review them and do a bit of amateur photography.
So thank you very much, Alex.
Let's
Let's go to Alexandra Krekan.
I didn't prepare. My name is Alexandra Krekan, and I don't know what to say.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Bodes well for the next
Beautiful,
hour.
I'm funny, I'm sexy, I have it all. And I was trying
There
to
you
fit
go.
into this dress, and it kind of popped on me. So if you want to donate some money so I can get a new one, because I really wanted to like this dress.
So is that where we put our PayPal details on? If you can all point towards the PayPal.
I'm in the easy
If
square.
you get anyone contributing to the show, you'll find you have to point in different directions to what you expect. If anyone would like to send a tip to the show, I will distribute it evenly between the comedians who are on tonight. And the paypal.me, it's paypal.me/Roger Poulter. So I'd look forward to any tips. They'll be gratefully received. So thank you very much. So moving on to Alex Leam.
Yes, hello. I'm Alex Leam. I'm also beautiful, funny, sexy, and have it all. And Roger invited me on the show because I'm always available at short notice.
So
Aww.
yeah, so yeah, it's. I should say Alex Leam has his own show on a Sunday night as well, which is Awkward Question Time. I was on it last Sunday, and for a Sunday night show, it's brilliant.
That's a backhanded compliment, thank you. It's
So,
good for Sunday nights.
So let's move on to our first round.
What's the story? Morning Glory.
What I do each week is pick a story to discuss. And I could have picked this week the vaccine, but we've talked about the vaccine before. We've talked about COVID before. I didn't really want to talk about Brexit at the start of the show because, that's just a pain in the backside. So I thought, what can we have as the Blue Suede news story of the week? And as it's my show, I can choose what the story of the week is. And I found out that Google had released its most searched items of 2020. Okay, now I've picked a particular one of these out, but let's go to our guest panelists and see whether they want to discuss any of these, whether they've done any research, or whether they think, if you want to have a crack at it, right, you could tell me or have a guess at what's on the top 10 how-to questions. People typed into Google, how do I do whatever, or how can you do this? So it's how questions on Google, top 10.
I used
okay,
to,
so we'll go to Alex Lean first.
I used to just like type in like just random really short words just to see what the first thing comes up is. And for a while, if you just typed into Google the most searched for was, is Lady Gaga a man?
Right.
With that does it just beggars belief. Nearly as much as one of their most Googled questions of all time is, what time is it?
Do you want to have a guess at any of the how-to questions for the last
Probably something
2020?
really stupid that you probably know the answer to if you're actually on a computer and on Google. So something like how do I switch my computer on?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I've got the list to put up shortly.
Okay.
Alexandra Krecken, how would you like to have a guess at what's on the top 10?
How to cook, how to survive in a pandemic,
Oh, you're on the right track here. You've
how to not get depressed, how to, I don't know how else. Let
well,
me think.
we'll see shortly. We'll see shortly. Alex English.
One that you've not gone for, Roger. How to cut your own hair.
Burn.
I got a few because
It's
obviously
not as long as your hair, Alex.
I didn't Google that, as you can see.
Yeah, Alex Lean doesn't seem to have to worry about his hair too much.
Kate.
Anyway, do you want to have a so you reckon how to cut your hair is on the top 10? Shall we see? So we do have how to cut your own hair in at number 5, and we've got how to treat coronavirus, and we've got how to get tested for coronavirus, which I suppose are pandemic related.
How to cook eel?
Yes,
Eel.
I thought that was a good one.
Of all the things in the top 10, how to cook eel, it's kind of like, oh, the shops are completely out of toilet roll and bread. You know what we need? Eels. Yeah.
It's that one which I don't actually understand.
I think that
Who
might
on
have.
earth has it been on a TV programme or something? Someone cooking eels, and someone thought, "Oh, I'll just go down to the fishmongers and get myself some eels and cook them."
You're right there, Roger. Yes, it has. It was on featured on I'm a Celebrity, because they've been eating all these different delicacies, and one of them was eel. So maybe people got a bit curious.
Right, fair enough. And the other one that I looked at, I thought, are people daft? Because it answers itself. How to self-isolate. If you understand what the word isolate means, do you need to ask Google how you self-isolate? It means stay away from everybody.
Don't be a hater, Roger.
So I can understand how to make bread, but people were probably asking that question when there wasn't any flour in the shops. So, how to cut your own hair and how to cut men's hair. That's a definite, should be linked together, because therefore it's saying that men don't cut their own hair. So anyway, that's the top 10 how-to on Google. I do love number 6. I think that's a brilliant one. How to cook.
I
an eel.
googled it. That's why I said how to cook, but I didn't want to give it all away.
To cook eel.
I know. So yeah, I thought you were very close to that answer, but I'm not going to give you a point, Alexandra, because on this show points mean
Fuck all.
Fuck all.
hey, we're off and running. So how would you all like to play the next round?
Quickly.
How rude. Now I understand why you're available at short notice.
Okay, so we're going to be playing Faking It. Right, this is where I present a story to each of our panelists, and they have to tell me whether it's fake news or whether it's a fact, whether it's a true story.
Okay.
So we'll move on to the first of these. So there's a visual clue. So and this first one I'm going to present to Alexandra. Right. This is Adolf Hitler. He was elected in a local election in Namibia and represents his local people.
True.
Is it
It looks like the
fake
real
news
Adolf Hitler.
or
No,
fact?
it's true. It's fact.
True, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Shall we find out whether you're right or not?
Yes.
It is a fact. This is Adolf Hitler Unona, and he was elected last week as councillor for the Ompunja constituency. I'm brilliant at pronouncing names and things like that. Ompunja constituency in Namibia. Apparently he's nice. He's not Nazi. So you will get that from me every so often. I do apologise. I do like to rim shot myself. So I do just wind Alex Liam up because I know he hates it. He thinks I shouldn't be doing it to myself.
Self-rim shotting is no praise.
Okay. Anyway, the next one's for Alex. So, Alex.
Which one?
What?
Not you.
Fun.
So, Alex English. Alex English. Right. One of the items a recent SpaceX supply mission to the International Space Station had on board was a real Christmas tree. It was given or donated by the Norwegian government, and they've put E.T. baubles on it and a star on top of the tree. So apparently they're going to be investigating the weightless effects on pine needle drop.
Wasn't E.T. Baubles a poet?
So, no, they're baubles with ET on it. Well, actually, the baubles got someone riding a bike in front of the moon. It's a moon bauble, and there's like ET shaped baubles, which I imagine you just called, tree decorations. So, Alex English, what do you think? Do you want to ask me any more questions on this?
I think I haven't really got a clue, but I think I've seen that picture before, but I don't know if it featured a Christmas tree. I don't know if that guy's doing something else there. I don't quite know what he's doing in that picture. What's the guy doing in the picture, Roger?
I've got no idea. Maybe he's wrapping up presents for people. I wonder if it's an experiment to see what's new sticky tape in space.
And he's got, I don't know. I'm going to say it's fake.
You're going to say it's fake?
Is that what we want? Like the tree is fake?
Well, the tree's real. It's from Norway. But you're saying it's a fake story. It's fake news.
Yeah.
fake news. I'm not doing very well this week. So
There's pressure
yeah.
now for me to not to fuck this up because the clean sweep depends on me.
I know. It is fake news. I don't think they'd be allowed to have a Christmas tree in the International Space Station because it probably would shed pine needles, and I imagine in space they're not the good things to have floating around your space station because I imagine they get into everything. So if anyone from NASA knows about this, I'll just go and see if we've got any comments from people. So... the only comment we've had so far is from Alex Lean, who's commenting as well as appearing.
Wow,
So,
what a sad life.
if you're watching the show and you're enjoying it, please say hello. And later on in the show, we do have a round where we will discuss any stories you suggest. So please leave us a comment. So anyway, so I'm not doing very well here. It's two points to the guests at the moment. So this last one is for Alex Lean.
Bring it.
Bring it on. Okay, I'm bringing it on, Alex.
Yeah, but me and Alex are smart. We don't count on Alex Liam as much. You know.
The much-loved combination of beer and chips is being harnessed for the first time to tackle climate change.
How?
Walker's Crisps have developed a technique and they're collecting CO2 emissions from a local brewery, combining them with waste potato starch and converting it into fertiliser to spread on their fields.
Right. So this would mean that Walkers have their own crop fields, which I don't think they have. Because I'd imagine they would just buy in from farmers. I can't see how beer and crisps would in any way reduce CO2. So I'm going to say fake news.
You're going to say fake news. Shall we see?
Bollocks!
Yes! It is true.
Bollocks!
I know because I've been on brewery tours. Beer produces a lot of CO2.
Shit.
Right? And breweries are trying to capture this now rather than let it go into the atmosphere because it's not that great for the atmosphere. And by mixing it with potato waste, it will turn into fertiliser. And Walkers do have their own farms in Leicestershire. I happen to know that as well.
Shit.
So this is a true story I spotted on Science on the BBC. And so the beer to crisps combo performs a dual function. It stops the emission of brewery CO2 in the atmosphere and it saves on CO2 normally generated by a fertiliser manufacturer. And the other good thing, it probably makes a substantial meal if Leicester ever returns to Tier 2.
True. So what you're saying basically is that beer farts are good for the environment.
As long as you do them and your fart is captured.
Okay, moving on.
So that's I think I'm beating Alex at the moment because I'm sure you got the last one wrong on this show as well.
Okay. Who are you, my biographer?
So anyway, let's move on to the next round.
Prat of the week. Brilliant voiceover.
In this round, each of my guests have chosen a Prat of the Week. I've made sure they haven't chosen the same Prat of the Week, and they're going to be given 45 seconds to justify their Prat of the Week before I decide on which Prat of the Week is the winning Prat of the Week. But they don't get points, because on this show, points mean...
Fuck all.
Perfect.
It was harmonised.
Alright, I will reveal the first Prat of the Week. This is Christopher Igraham And I'll let Alex English, in 45 seconds, explain why he should be Prat of the Week, starting now.
Christopher is my Prat of the Week for unleashing 250 live crickets into his home accidentally. Apparently, he ordered the crickets for his pet bearded dragon, and he got a shock when he opened the box to find them alive and then making a bid for freedom. So instead of catching them, he simply put the tape back over the box and then hid it in his bathroom. And yep, you guessed it, the box didn't stay sealed, and hundreds of crickets spread all over his bathroom and out into his house. Thus, he had to come clean to his wife about his faux pas. However, he did tweet about his surreal incident and it went viral, which made quite a... Whoops.
Do you want to finish that last sentence?
So he's a prat, isn't he, for like trying to hide his box, basically, and just like, oh, I'll just stick tape back over it and shove it in my bathroom and, end of it.
That's favouritism. When I tried speaking over the 45 seconds, he muted my microphone. Well, everyone else is like, oh no, you finish off now.
Yeah, so I said finish the sentence. It's a new rule since you last been on, Alex. So anyway, yep. So this is Christopher Igraham. So I also wonder what would happen if this could happen to anybody who plays cricket. If they order a cricket box off Amazon, so and get the wrong kind of cricket box. So
get sausage cricket, Roger.
Don't explain a single thing about that. Just leave it as a mysterious in-joke.
Fair enough. So let's move on to the second Prat of the Week.
Ah!
This is the gentleman in the bottom left-hand corner called Tom Slay, which is a very apt name for a December Prat of the Week. So, Alex, your 45 seconds to justify your Prat of the Week starts now.
Tom Slay, as you can see, as Roger mentioned, he does have a name that sounds like one of those fake names you get on Twitter at this time of year. He is a member of the London Resource Allocation Subcommittee. What an exclusive, wonderful title to be on, that is. So, if you were looking for resources in London, would you trust a man who accidentally set fire to his notes in the middle of a council meeting whilst trying to light a candle? I mean, right, so just for any point, here's my notes. Here's a candle. See that? I've not gone up in flames. Apparently, 30 pages went up and he apparently got really badly burnt fingers and had to plunge the lot in ice water.
So that's Christopher Igraham. So, no, it's not. It's Tom Slay. It does help if I read the right line of my notes. So
Wonderful. You know that Two Ronnie sketch where they have to answer the question beforehand? You're just doing that yourself now with your own round.
Anyway, he's not the first person recently to burn his hands whilst working. But at least him and Roman Grosjean are recovering.
Who?
Formula 1 driver.
Okay.
Managed to ignite his car using a crash barrier.
So, it's just nice to hear you're struggling with a first name for once.
So let's move on to the third Prat of the Week. So this is Jonathan Pisani. And Alexandra Khan is going to justify why he should be the Blue Suede News Prat of the Week. Your 45 seconds starts now.
Jonathan Pisani, have I said his name right? Anyway, he's been jailed for 11 weeks because he had afternoon sex with a woman on the pavement of a busy town while the public went on about their daily business. So basically he had sex with a woman on the pavement in daylight. Afternoon sex, right? I thought English people have afternoon tea and afternoon sex. But anyway, the reason why he is the prat of the week because he didn't have sex in the evening. That's why I think he should be prat of the week. He should have done it while it was dark outside. Don't you think?
Okay.
Possibly. Might still have been picked up on CCTV.
I'm just amazed looking at him that he managed to get some full stop.
So it happened at 3:43 p.m. in Stalybridge. I've read up a little bit on this story. And after receiving a concerned call from a member of the public, the police watched on CCTV and then went and arrested the couple. And he was jailed for 11 weeks due to having previous convictions. His co-accused received a community order. It was noticed that the CCTV room became very popular that afternoon in the police station and that there was less searches on YouPorn.
Okay.
So, anyway, so that's the 3 prats of the week. So, who do I choose?
Mine.
Do I choose Christopher Igraham or Tom Slay or Jonathan Pisani? One thing I didn't find out in the story is whether they actually managed to get to the climax of the sex before they got arrested. Because then it's a question of whether you think it's worth 11 weeks in jail to have your way with a woman.
Don't pretend like you never had sex in public, though. maybe not on the pavement, but still.
So, Christopher Igraham, the bearded dragon gentleman, ordering 250 crickets in a box and then releasing them. So, is it unreasonable that he didn't expect it to actually be a box full of live crickets? I mean, he knew he was ordering live crickets, but was he expecting them to be packaged a bit better rather than just in the box? So, and Tom Slay, I mean, I've got to say, that picture it looks like he's blowing the fire out. So I don't think he's doing a very good job. I want to have him blow the candles out on my birthday cake.
He's a bit shocked because I think at that point the ends of his fingers are turning into pork crackling.
So it's a tough one this week. Really is a tough one. Just because I love the picture of him on Zoom with flames beside him, I'm going to go with Tom Slay. Well done, Alex Lee. Tom Slay's the Blue Suede News Prat of the Week.
Boo!
Oh, such vehement criticism.
Was that a boo?
Sex on the pavement wins, yeah.
Sex on
Someone
the
blowing a
pavement never
candle,
wins.
not so much. Someone blowing a candle and sex on the pavement.
Actually, I've got to say, Sex on the Pavement compared to Burning Your Hands probably does win in terms of a more pleasurable experience.
Thank you.
But I think Burning Your Hands makes you more of a prat.
No, the Mr. Sex on the Pavement man, he's just kind of like, yeah, I had it off in the pavement at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What of it? So it does seem like it was a prat thing to do. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm doing 12 weeks, I'll do it again. It looks like he'd be grateful for the prison routine and being able to have a wash and some meals.
Anyway, just before we move on to, we'll have a look and see if we've got any other comments. So we have Al Grant watching. So he says, Afternoon Delight was consensual. Which was consensual. Yes. I mean, the police were worried that it could be a sexual assault, but it wasn't. Yeah. It was consensual. It's just that the gentleman in question had a previous conviction, wasn't fully out of the licence. I hadn't fully served his term. He was released with conditions, and outraging sort of the public by having sex on a high street in the afternoon was deemed a bad enough thing to do that he got 11 weeks in prison.
He's going to get high-fived by every bloke on his wing. You know what I mean?
So, anyway, we're now moving on to the part of the show where we discuss stories. So if any of our viewers want to suggest a story we can discuss, please do so. I do have some lined up already, so let's run with the intro to this round.
The good, the bad, and the utterly stupid.
Okay, but I had a story suggested in advance, which I'm going to put on the screen now. This is the Madeleine McCann story, and German prosecutors have made a statement saying they are very confident of charging Madeleine McCann's suspect and claim the public would reach the same conclusion if they knew the evidence we had. So the comments came from the leading prosecutor in this case, Hans Christian Walters, and prosecutors say Christian Bruckner, 43, is responsible for Madeleine's death. So let's go to Alexandra Krekan first to fill us in on this story.
Oh yes, the prosecutor is an idiot for saying in the first place in the news, because he's in prison, but he could hear about it, couldn't he? But like, I don't know. I'm glad. I mean, I wish he was alive. Let me just not. But I don't know. I think the prosecutor is a bit stupid. I know that the world still wants to find out stuff about the story, but still, he shouldn't have made public anything, I think. And he was saying that it's not just her. He has done it to other kids as well who have disappeared, and he was around there. But yeah, what do you want me to say? The story. Basically, he supposedly have killed her, but I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it is only allegedly at the moment.
Yeah, but like if you can't find the body, I don't know if you can actually prosecute someone if you don't have a body, can you? Because you don't actually have proof.
Well, they
that
haven't charged him yet, which is why we can actually comment on it anyway. So,
yeah. But
Alex Liam, have you got any views on this case?
Well, first thoughts are fucking hell, Rog, keep it light. Secondly, it's a weird thing to wish for, but there must be one point at some time or other a photograph of a suspected paedophile going to be on the news and they look wholesome. They always look like they've slightly melted, or that they've got some weird disfigurement, or that they look like a parade of Bond villains. I mean, this geezer, it just looks like, you know that scene in Indiana Jones where the guy, everything melts off his face and he's just left with the skull? It looks like he's at stage 1 of that.
it seems like you've
Fair
seen
enough.
lots of pictures of pedophiles.
It's the same. Every time you watch the news and it's like, it's a suspected paedophile in this case, you just look at them and you think, yeah, weird looking fucker, he did it. It's a bit like you never see an antiques dealer who's well dressed. They always dress like prats. So I want to see a antiques dealer that has gone to a decent tailor and doesn't dress like an idiot, as well as a pedo that doesn't look like they're melting.
Alex English, have you got any comments on this story?
No, I haven't. I wasn't expecting to sort of get into a conversation so deep. Actually, I thought it was a bit more light-hearted. Yeah, so no, I don't have any comments on this. Actually, thanks.
So, I mean, at the moment, I don't have any comments off any of our viewers at the moment. So, I would love viewers to suggest a story. I do have another story lined up. So, we'll see how we get on with this one. It's the Brexit negotiations. This is what happens when you don't get viewer comments. We have to do Brexit negotiations, and this is one of my little jolly japes I put on Facebook this morning. So about we won't cross a red line, and Europe won't cross a red line, and therefore we've come to an impasse. Let's ask Alex Liam first what he thinks.
I have reached such an inertia rating now with sort of Brexit stories that it's just kind of like this horrible, resigned feeling of, okay, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. Oh, get on with it then. So the general feeling is that reality is setting in, and not a great deal of people are enjoying this one bit now. From what I'm seeing on the news, it looks like no deal's going to happen. It looks like everyone that was gung ho and voted for it will be the first to complain when they're stuck in queues for immigration when they're going to Benidorm for a week, and they're going to be losing their jobs, and economy's going to take a nosedive. But still, Boris got Brexit done. Yay!
So, right, okay, fair enough. Alex English, do you have an opinion on the Brexit negotiations?
Well, you can already see that it's good. Well, how many years have we been trying to wrangle this out now?
73.
73 years we've been trying to wrangle it out since United Britain decided, we'll leave Brexit, and obviously now you can already see the impact it's having. To reiterate what Alex Liam said, about the queues in the airports, about getting visas, about changing your import trade and stuff like that, and registering for X, Y, and Z. I think when we were promised, we can be an independent country on its own if we leave the EU, I think the country, when we was offered this choice, really didn't think about the ramifications. But obviously now they're having a great impact, especially on we like music and touring bands and stuff like that, and people getting visas to come in to go out to Europe, and also with regards the merchandise and applying for licenses and putting in amounts of how much they estimate to sell, and they've got to pay the tax on it. This is just my little bits that I've picked up. I'm not a massive follower on politics, but I do like the Easter bunnies, though. That's a good little hop to it there.
So, so we've got another punner on the show. Over to Alexandra Krekan. How do you think the Brexit negotiations are going?
I think they shouldn't do it yet because my passport is expired and my national ID, I don't have one, and I didn't apply for the settled status yet. And if they're gonna do it, I'm gonna have to leave the country. So just wait for me to get my passport so I can apply for settled status. Don't do it yet. Just wait a little bit more.
Well,
I don't know. I think English people thought they are better than everyone once again. And I think all English people think that. I'm saying, Alex, Liam, and the people that were doing the Brexit deal.
Whoa!
But no, I don't like. Don't do it yet because my passport is expired.
Right. Well, we've had a viewer comment on this story. It's from Graham Whistler. Noel Edmonds would have made a better Brexit negotiator. Noel Edmonds and Boris Johnson are very similar. I mean, Boris Johnson has has other people working with him. They're wankers as well. Oh, sorry, it's a banker, isn't it, on Deal or No Deal? So, not a wanker. But I think there's a lot of posturing and things not actually being agreed by both sides. And it looks like we're going to get an Australian deal.
I think
what if Brexit negotiations turned up? Fuck all.
Fuck all.
So anyway, we've had another comment from Anchor Saw. It's true. English people take it slow and definitely need more than 4 years to get Brexit done. So we don't take it that slow. I mean, some of us have sex in the street in the afternoon.
I was just going to say that.
Okay, let's.
And sometimes we don't take it that slow, but that's perfectly normal because we all get a bit tired and stressed.
Let's move on to the next pre-prepared story. This is. The title of this story is the songwriters behind some of the biggest UK's biggest hit singles are driving Ubers. This was a claim made by Fiona Bevan, who's in this picture, who's a songwriter, and she gave evidence to a House of Commons Select Committee about the effect of streaming services on the music industry. And basically, she's saying streaming services pay absolutely, it's a bit like money from a streaming service to the songwriters. It's like points on this show. It's
fuck all.
Yeah, exactly.
But
so
surely...
apparently, most of the money goes to the record companies rather than to the songwriters and the artists.
But don't songwriters get PRS every time a song's played on the radio and stuff like that?
Yeah, but on the streaming service, you get like 1p per play.
I don't think they even get 1 pence per play, Roger. There's obviously the larger a band you are, the more plays and the more money you're going to get going to you. But if you're like Small Dice and stuff and put your stuff out there for the public to stream, your revenue back from that stream is going to be very, very small.
Here's a thought. Maybe the songwriters are having to drive Ubers to make ends meet aren't good songwriters. Maybe their songs are awful and nobody wants to listen to them.
Well, that's a load of bollocks, isn't it?
I don't know, if you're a really bad songwriter, you're having to drive cars for a living.
You've got to start somewhere. I mean, look at Chris Rea. He's been driving his car home for Christmas for bloody years and he's not got anywhere yet.
Yeah, but he uses the road to hell.
Yeah. Should have took the highway.
So, why are you looking aghast, Alex?
I have no words.
Is it because I said bollocks?
No.
Are you upset? Oh.
Right. I'm at the end of my pre-prepared stories. I did have one more, but I haven't got a screen set up for this one, so we'll pop that one off the screen. It was announced this week that they're going to be opening a film studio.
Is that so we can aim for your eyes, or is that so you can have a nap?
Oh. Bloody Home Bargains version of Post-it notes. They don't stick anywhere.
So, what do you think to the... well, has anyone else got any stories they want to bring to the table and discuss?
No, everything's depressing at the minute.
Oh, hang on. We do have a story suggested by one of our viewers. It's from Al Grant. Wales scrapping 2021 exams.
Who in their right mind would want to test marine fish?
Very true.
Mm.
So, yeah, dolphins would always beat them in an exam anyway.
Exactly.
So, yeah, people are right about the whales and dolphins.
I knew you were going to say whales and dolphins.
So, that's another very in joke. So, anyway, what's your view on scrapping exams in Wales, Alexandra?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just smiling to the camera and trying to get the money from my new dress.
I'll tell you what.
What's the news story? What's happening? Except Alex Liam making some bad jokes.
End of school exams in Wales are being scrapped.
Oh, why? Because of COVID.
Yep.
Oh.
Good idea or bad idea?
Bad.
Bad.
Because
okay.
the educational system in England is not so good. I mean, it's good, but comparing to other countries, European countries, I think it could be better. So what are they going to do then? Are they going to have any exams? I want to know more details.
I imagine they'll probably base it on in-year assessments and that kind of thing again. So it'll probably actually pull their results up, which is why they're doing it, unless the government uses another one of their quality algorithms. So
I don't know, but still, even like...
Sorry, yeah, for Alexandra, I've put the PayPal.me back on the screen. if you want to point towards that.
Yes,
We have a
please, I
tip
need-
jar, paypal.me/Roger Poulter. If you contribute any money, it will be distributed evenly amongst our comedians. Last week, I distributed all of 0 pence. But I did it evenly and everybody got 0p. But please, in all seriousness, if any of you do want to tip us, we're coming towards Christmas, put a tip in the jar. I will distribute it evenly amongst my guests. So thank you very much. I mean, it's good of them all to give up their Friday nights to come on here and entertain you. So let's. We've had a comment from Mr. Grant. That is a blinkered view, Alex Lee. You have been told.
What, of Wales?
No, I think he's referring to when you put post-it notes on your head.
Oh. Yeah, if you see my controversial opinions on dolphins, Al, come at me.
So, in terms of the, I was just thinking with the post-it notes, Alex, if you'd bought them off Wish, they might have been actually had super glue on them rather than unstick glue on them.
That's true. That is true.
I think his forehead is a bit sweaty. That's why.
Sweat. It's a natural sheen.
Did you put moisturizer on before?
What, Mr. Sheen?
Frequently.
Yeah, we ought to pledge for you, Alex.
I've just found something.
What is it doing now?
I just found something that might keep the post-it notes on.
Now this should be interesting.
I think your head is too hard for that.
For next week, I might nominate Alex Liam as my Prat of the Week if he does this.
Only now you're doing this. For how many weeks do you have the show?
Higher number of abuse tonight.
Hey, has anyone got a cuddly toy they want introduced to the world?
We can reach for toys.
Well, this happens to be in the background for my subtly decorated Christmas alcove here.
Oh, we've got a puppet. I'll bring my little sock puppet. Am I supposed to show
mine as well? There you go.
Yeah.
See? This is my son. I adopted him because he's black. I'm not racist, so.
Ah. Very good. So, and the dog actually sings Christmas carols. You're a very good ventriloquist, Alex English.
It's like watching Nina Conti. It's brilliant.
The dog is more entertaining than you.
I think the dog would have been better at Brexit negotiations.
Probably.
Would have been better than me at the fake news round.
Anyone's better than you at the fake news round, Alex.
All right. It's not much a man can take, you know.
Hey, I'm afraid we've come into our final round.
I predict a riot!
This is the part of the show where each of my guests can make a prediction. It can be somebody to add. Well, the prediction's meant to happen sometime in 2021. It can be somebody to add to the Blue Suede News Deadpool, or it can be a prediction about an event or something happening. So, let's go to Alex English first for her prediction for the next year.
Well, I don't think, when you mention events and stuff, I don't think we're going to have a great deal happen, although I wish there will, but maybe large-scale events like Glastonbury, I predict might not happen.
Right, so you're going that Glastonbury will not happen. So, it's probably, it depends how quick they are with the vaccine and everything like that. I mean, brave move, but it is such a big event.
I don't know. It's like a lot of events, even for like the smaller venue. We're not talking even Glastonbury size. They've all been moved forward to 2022. So just going off of that. But then, we are hopeful that other events like Hyde Park festivals and things like that are going to take place. The Hyde Park in London, it's got Pearl Jam due to come over and play there in the summertime, but
Well,
we don't know.
that may be allowed because it's London. I mean, they seem to allow more in the south than in the north at the moment. So,
well, they do at the moment, and we've all been a bit bitter about that, haven't we? But at the end, it's looking like it's going to have a little bit of a turning point. So it might be
I'd be bitter, but I can't go to the pub. So let's move on to Alex Leam for a prediction, please.
I've got an event and a Deadpool call. Which one would you like?
Oh, let's go for the Deadpool call first.
Okay. Just because I heard him by chance tonight on Radio 2, I think it's almost time for Tony Blackburn.
I thought he was one of these, immortal people, him.
Well, he is about 700, so must be due soon. Probably a stake through the heart.
Right. So, fair enough. That's providing you can find a restaurant in a tier 2 area.
Oh. Slap yourself on the wrist. There we go.
Okay, and what's your event?
Event will be officially the Edinburgh Festival won't go ahead, but the smaller promoters will still put something on in August, thus bringing it back full circle to what it was like in the first place. So it'll be a fringe of the fringe. And probably when I'm up there next August, I will get my first SDI. So.
Cool.
Will be an Italian one?
That's a niche I've explored. I'm not going there again.
So, do you want to explain that niche, Alex?
No. I'm not saying a word. And don't you either. No. Zip it.
You like pasta, don't you? So the Edinburgh Fringe, official Fringe will not go ahead, but the free Fringe and Fringe of Fringe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're bringing that because I didn't think you knew much about fringes.
I didn't think he knew anything about anything, to be honest.
Well, I like the fact the guy that's on trial for allegedly murdering Maddie got nothing, and I've just got abuse all night tonight.
Anyway,
Don't cry now. Don't go and eat, please. Do not eat tonight, okay? Because then the picture would come back to reality, the picture I posted.
anyway, Alexandra Krekan, do you want to make a prediction?
Oh, I don't know. I predict by what year is it going to be? I predict
next 12 months.
Oh, I was going to predict that Alex Liam is going to get a girlfriend in the next 12 months. But you know what? Put it down. Let's see.
That sounded like a threat.
It's a prediction.
Okay. That should be good news that lifts my spirits, but so why do I feel scared?
So, this sounds interesting. So, we'll monitor that one. I mean, you haven't lost all this weight.
Definitely, because he's keeping us on updated on his life, even if we don't really.
With all this weight loss, have you now got abs?
No, I haven't.
Don't lie.
So,
I saw you on Tinder the other night.
Okay. Thanks for not swiping, by the way. Thought I'd be worth a super like 6 stone lighter, but never mind.
Don't
fine.
pretend like we're not a match now.
No, this isn't a typical Tinder match. For starters, we're talking.
Anyway, let's move on and see. Well, I mean, we've done the final round. I've got predictions from all of you. We now know what's going to happen.
Can I add a dead person? Can I have a dead person? Is it a dead
you can add
person?
a live person.
A live person that we predict is going to die.
Again, that sounds like a threat.
It's not about you.
No, it's just like you've got an idea for a celebrity you want to pick off. You think, can I add a dead person? Yeah, I'll give them 2 months. Got to get the gun through first.
Well, I just heard that Harrison Ford is making another one of his was it Raiders of the Lost Ark? Indiana Jones films, like the 5th and final one, and I'm wondering if he's actually gonna be alive and see it through to the end of it.
That's good. So they complete the film with some CGI of him.
Yeah,
he has said it's his final film, final Indiana Jones film, I should say.
Series, yeah. Yeah, because he can still play old codgers and stuff in many other things.
So does he know something which we don't? Because it's amazing how many actors that actually happens to. It's a bit like when Q announced he was retiring. The person who played Q in James Bond,
Desmond Llewellyn,
announced he was retiring. He died a few weeks later.
That was a car accident, though.
Was it?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, you couldn't predict that. I mean, it's a weird thing to want to wish that. No, when the spiritual side wanted to manifest things, could like, I'm retiring because I predict a car crash.
Yeah. Is Harrison Ford still flying planes? Because he seems to kept getting in the news for landing on taxiways and nearly missing big planes and that kind of thing.
I've no idea. I didn't even know that he flew aeroplanes.
Oh, there's a video on YouTube of him just missing a plane.
Still married to Callista Flockhart?
No idea, but that's a good surname.
They didn't get married, did they?
Yeah, Abby McBeal.
I know who she is. I just said they didn't
I don't
get
think
married.
Roger does.
Do you remember Ally McBeal, Roger?
Who?
The series Ally McBeal.
No. Is she Scottish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes shagging on pavements.
Yeah, but there's a difference in Scotland of eating a fried Mars bar while doing it.
Oh, God.
So, anyway.
I think you need to get you've got you need to get like a bale of hay, a ball of hay, whatever it is that goes across the sea.
You have the sad trombone.
I've got the sad.
Yeah, you need that.
And I also have this, which I suggested I needed if I told some of my really bad jokes.
Oh, that sounds a bit off.
Hang on, was that Al Grant's sex face?
No, that was a combination of Josh Reynolds and Katie Brown.
It sounds more like somebody having a mega dump or something.
I'm just going to hand sanitize my ears.
It was about time.
You might as well do your eyes at the same time.
Oh man, that tingles.
Yeah, you haven't done your eyes either.
I'm not falling for that one again.
I might change my prediction, to be honest.
Snog
Damn.
Mary Kill.
No.
Anyway, it's that time of the show where we've come to the end. We've finished with all our news rounds, and I'm going to ask each of you if you want to plug anything. So let's move on to Alex Leam first.
Okay. Sunday nights, 8:30 p.m. Orca Question Time. 2 live episodes left of 2020, and then there will be 3 best of 2020s over the festive period. Yay! And also, I'm trying to up my YouTube channel subscribers to get it past the 100 mark. I think I'm on 94. So,
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, help a brother out.
So what's your YouTube channel name?
It's just called Alex Liam. I don't have a custom URL. I'm not that important. But if you search for me, find me and subscribe. I had a feeling you'd say that. So
while we're on to that, I have a YouTube channel as well, which this show goes out live on. So it's my YouTube channel is I Can See the Stage From Here. If anyone's watching this and you would like to help me out as well, please find my YouTube channel. It's got lots of music videos on as well as comedy videos. And it's called I Can See the Stage From Here. And if you can go on there and subscribe to that as well, I would love to get my subscribers above 100 as well. So let's see who can get their subscribers above 100 before Christmas. I think Alex Liam may beat me on this one with the number he's at already.
How many are you on?
I've been begging like mad for the last week.
2 days. 2 days.
Right. Alex English, do you want to plug anything? Any albums, any reviews you're doing or anything like that?
Right, I do reviews and news for Planet Mosh. So come along to www.planetmosh.com. Check out my reviews. Check out the latest bad news and interviews and videos that we've got up there. We're also on Facebook as well, so you can find us at Planet Mosh Facebook.
So, and we'll go to Alexandra Krekan. Do you want to plug anything?
Yes, actually, I do have a stand-up comedy show next year at the Leicester Comedy Festival. But I'm not so active on social media as Alex Liam is, unfortunately. But you should definitely give him a follow on YouTube, Alex Liam, so he can finally have 100 subscribers, please, for me. If you can't donate money for my dress, subscribe to Alex Liam and Roger. What was your name? What was your? Roger?
I Can See the Stage From Here is my YouTube channel.
I Can See the Stage From Here.
God, mispronounce this surname. See how he likes it.
I don't know his surname. Oh yeah, he's there. Okay, never mind.
Roger Palooza.
And also subscribe to Alex's. What was yours, Alex?
Planet Mosh.
Yes, I will subscribe to that one as well. But I don't really have yes, I do have a live stand-up comedy show. When is it, Alex? Alex Liam knows because he bought 3 tickets for it.
Yeah, you did say there was a... Yeah, anyway. Yeah, it's February the 14th.
Oh, I'll say the reason why you bought 3 tickets. So I said in my Facebook status that whoever buys... I said whoever buys the tickets get a chance to go to dinner with me afterwards. So Alex Liam bought 3 tickets just in case to be sure that he's going to win a chance. But anyway, my show is with me and Tej Dutia and Thomas Hancock. And it's on the 14th of February for Valentine's Day. So is a Leicester Comedy Festival, is within the Leicester Comedy Festival, and it's at the Cookie in Leicester. But if you go on the Leicester Comedy Festival website, you'll see the details about it. So Alex Liam hopes I'm going to be his date for Valentine's Day next year.
Thank you very much. Before we finish, I'll just say about myself. I'm on BBC Radio Derby on Monday evening at approximately 20 to 8 talking about online comedy shows and that kind of thing. So if you're not doing anything on Monday night and you want to tune into BBC Radio Derby, you will hear me on that. And we're back again same time next week for the Christmas special of Blue Suede News. I do apologise in advance. It will be a pre-recorded show. We're recording during the week and be broadcast on Friday night. But it'll feel like a live show because we're just going to record it as one live take. So that's next Friday night at 9 p.m. I'd like to say thank you to our listeners and viewers for watching us. And please join us live on a Friday night and you can join in the show and suggest stories and that kind of thing. We do have a couple of comments from people. So we've got one from Al Grant.
I think you should rename the last round that. Can I have a dead person?
Is that some sort of necrophilia site?
Yeah, 1 from the top and 2 from the bottom.
Well, it's always an adventure guesting on this show.
Anyway, I'd like to thank all my guests, Alex Leam, Alex English, and Alexandra Crekan, for joining me tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show, and that's it's time for us to all say bye. So, bye.
Bye.